Hey guys, my name is Lauren and today I'm going to be doing the strip down challenge. This video has been circulating around YouTube for a long time, well, maybe like a week or so now that I've noticed. And the one that really inspired me to do it was Claudia Saluski's video. The stuff that she said in her video was just so inspiring to make me want to make and produce this video as well. But basically all the strip down challenge is a video that's 10 to 15 minutes long of me talking to you guys about something that I'm passionate about or that I've been wanting to tell you. But the only catch is that there's no edits. There's no music in the background. See, I would edit that out. There's no music in the background. There's no edits. There's no end slate or intro or anything like that. It's completely just the bare minimal, no editing, just me. That's it. So, this video is more or less going to be called the advice that I would give to my high school self. And I hope a lot of you guys can take inspiration from this video because it's definitely something that I'm extremely passionate about and something that I really want to get across to my peers, like people that I know, as well as people who are in high school who went through the same things as me and are still going through the same things as me as well. So, when I was in high school, it was probably the worst experience of my life. If you know me, and I'm not going to go into detail, obviously, because it's like private things, I guess. But if you know me in person, then you would also know that I just hated it, and I would pay. Well, I wouldn't pay, but I would like do anything to take it back and not redo it because I don't want to go back, but to just have those memories completely erased from my mind and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So when I was in high school, I went to 3 different high schools, and I've always kept my friend groups extremely, extremely small. My biggest friend group, I think, was 4 other girls, so there was 5 of us, plus my boyfriend in high school, but he doesn't really count, let's be real. But, yeah, so I had my 4 girlfriends, and we were completely inseparable. It was actually kind of ridiculous when I think back on it, but unfortunately now I don't talk to any of them. I don't know where any of them are. Nothing happened between us, like, really. I don't know, we all kind of went our own directions. We all had, like, little falling outs between, like, the group and all that kind of stuff, so we just don't talk to each other at all anymore, which is quite unfortunate because we were so close, but I don't know, stuff happens, people grow up, and people also change. So, that happened. But the one thing that I am extremely not frustrated with, but saddened by, I guess, if you could say, is the fact that I have been so passionate about fashion and beauty and all this kind of stuff, but people who went to high school with me probably didn't really know that, although it was like not the peak of my love for fashion, but it was definitely when I was starting to get like the most into it because I was allowed to wear because I was allowed to wear makeup and I was allowed to do all this stuff differently than I was that I wasn't allowed to do in elementary school, say. So I was finally starting to wear makeup, and obviously there's like trial and error when it comes to makeup. So I was just kind of figuring that out on my own with my mom behind supporting me and everything that I do, by the way. But yeah, so but one thing that I've always wanted to do is make these YouTube videos. I've been watching them. I think the first girl that I watched was, well, the first 3 people that I watched was Jenna Marbles because she is the OG of YouTube. If nobody knows who Jenna Marbles is, you need to check her out because she is literally like, she's definitely the first person that I watched on YouTube. And then it was followed by Megan Parkin. She's from Texas. She's great. She's really cool. I don't really watch her videos now, unfortunately, but I really gotta start getting back into that because she was really good. And then also Strawbizzy. She's from Toronto, and I really like her. I messaged her on Instagram one day and asked her if she wanted to do a collab, but she never replied. But that's okay. It's okay. It's just minor details. It's fine. I'm not heartbroken by it at all. But yeah. So those are definitely the 3 people that like inspired me to want to make these videos. But unfortunately, since I was in high school, I was influenced by my peers to not want to make these videos because I was embarrassed of what people were going to say. I was nervous, actually, is a better word, of what people were going to say about them and how people were going to react. So that was the number 1 reason why I never made these videos. So all I want to say is that if you are in high school right now, or if you're in a situation, even in college, where you're living in a dorm or anything like that, where your peers are always around you, just do it. Like, just honestly, just do exactly what makes you happy, because that is the number one thing that I regret. I would have started making these videos 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Like, that is insane. 3 more years and that would have been a decade ago that I would have been making these and posting these videos. So, I'm really, like, saddened in myself. I don't want to say frustrated or angry, but I'm really saddened in myself that I didn't have the confidence, if you will, to post these videos and to post on Instagram my outfit of the days every day and all this kind of stuff, because that's something that I've always been so passionate about, but I've just never had the confidence, if you will, to post them. So that's one thing that I would definitely tell my high school self, is that don't care what your peers say, because you have to sometimes, like, don't not care what your peers say, but when it comes to something that you're passionate about, then I honestly feel, my mouth right here is just, my cupid's bow is just so itchy. But when it comes to something that you're extremely passionate about, if you're passionate about cars, if you're passionate like me about fashion and beauty and all that kind of stuff, or if you're even passionate about animals, like, and you're vegan, or I don't know, something like that. A lot of people are passionate about different stuff, obviously, but just for examples, just go for it. Just do what makes you happy. That's the only thing that I can say that is the most inspirational thing. I know it's so cliche, but it's so true. Like, it's so true. Like, there's nothing more true that I can really think about. Like, you're only going to make yourself happy if you do what makes you happy. Like, who really cares about what your peers say? Because in all honesty, if they don't support you and what you do, they're not important. Like, let's be real. Like, when you think about it, your parents will always support you. Well, I'm lucky enough that in at least my circumstance, my parents will always support me. Like, in anything I do, like my brother and I, so they'll support both of us. But yeah, so there's just one thing that if you're, like, I don't know, I just wish I started making these videos 7 years ago. That's crazy. But yeah, so now that I'm in college, I live on my own, well, with my cat too, and I, like, have my own apartment, and I have my own car and all that kind of stuff, and I'm independent, if you will. Well, I still living off my parents' money, but that's fine. But that's just normal for when you're in college, I guess. You have, like, student stuff. Anyways, but yeah, so I'm really happy that I started making these videos, obviously. I love editing them, obviously. I'm in I have video production classes and all that kind of stuff, so it's something that I've also been, I'm still in the process of learning how to edit these videos and make them look like Aspen Ovard's and Bethany Moda's and My Life is Ava's, and the list could literally go on. Like, these people, oh my god, I watch them so much, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so going off with me being, like, passionate about stuff, so now that I'm in college and I'm in a completely different mindset, and everybody around me is supporting me because they're my actual friends. Like, my boyfriend supports me in everything I do. My friends, they don't judge me on making these videos now, which I don't understand. Like, I don't know, I think it's just a maturity thing when you're in high school compared to when you're in college. Like, I know it was only, like, 3 years ago that I was in high school, but man, it changes. Like, people really do change. Like, oof, it's crazy. But yeah, so anyways, going off about me being, like, passionate about stuff. So when you're extremely passionate about stuff, you have to go for it. You can't just, like, sit back and, like, watch these videos and all that kind of stuff and then just be like, oh, like, I can do that, like, I can do what she does, kind of thing. It does take work, like, it really does. And for example, when I volunteered at Fashion Week, in all honesty, my teachers probably, like, I know they were trying to be supportive, but I knew that they didn't have much hope that I was going to actually get into Fashion Week, because so many girls apply, and it's World MasterCard Fashion Week. Like, there's, like, big people here. Like, Michael Kale goes, like, Narcisse goes. Like, a lot of these people are there. Like, a lot of editors and bloggers and everything like that. Like, who was it that was there? I think it was, like, Hockey Wives. Like, I know I don't really know what that show is, but, like, I'm just trying to prove the point that there's a lot of people there, like, to network yourself, so I had to do it. Like, I had to do it. So, I wrote my resume myself. I put it in like InDesign and made it all pretty, if you will. And then, what else did I do? Oh, I had to make a cover letter and just like an entry letter, like about myself and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that was a prerequisite, but I think that's kind of just something that I did because I really, really, really wanted it. So yeah, so I did all that, and I ended up not getting an email for like the next 2 weeks, and I honestly, like, I was almost in tears because I wanted it so bad because I knew the connections that I could get and like the experience, obviously, on my resume and all that kind of stuff that I could get. And finally, like, I don't know, like maybe like 5 days before the actual show, I got an email from them saying like, congratulations, you just got selected to be the backstage volunteer, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I was freaking out. I was at Thomas's house, and oh my god, I was freaking out. I was so excited. See, I would have edited that out. My goodness. But yeah, so that goes off about like whole being like passionate thing and stuff like that. But when you're passionate about something, you just have to go for it. Like, you really do. Like, there's nothing that I can say about it. And also, one thing is that when you're in high school, like, yes, your grades matter. That's one thing that I will genuinely say, is that I wish that I could go back. That's one thing I wish I could go back and do. Was just improve my grades. My grades were never bad, honestly. But that's one thing that I just wish that I could do, is just improve them. And maybe even go to, like, different classes or anything like that, to just learn. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, that's one thing that I can honestly say, is that the people, when you're in high school, you never see them again. You really don't. Like, unless you stay in your hometown for the rest of your life, and they stay in their hometown for the rest of life and live with their parents for the rest of their life, then that's it. Like, then you'll see them for the rest of your life. But if you're someone like a lot of other people, actually, then you'll move on. Like, you'll grow up, you'll go to school somewhere else, you'll get a house somewhere else, everything like that. And then those kind of people from high school just trickle behind, and you just don't see them ever again. Like, it just happens. And so I wish I didn't care so much about what they thought in high school about going to school. That's one thing too. When I was in high school, I went to school every single day. I could not go to school every single day without a full face of makeup on. Like, full. I would bring makeup to school with me in order to, like, powder my face and all that kind of stuff. And that's one thing I wish I didn't do, because it was so unnecessary. Like, it made me break out every single day, powdering my face and over and over again. Like, it just made it look 10 times worse. But then again, I cared so much about what people thought of me in high school. But now that I have, like, the confidence and obviously, hopefully, the maturity to be able to realize that people don't look at minor details like that. They really don't. At least I don't, and my boyfriend doesn't. Actually, no, nobody does. Like, if you have a pimple on your face, cool. You're the one that's noticing it. So, it's just ridiculous to think that, I don't know. It's just crazy, because you can, like, I don't know how to word it. Like, if you want to do something, do it. Do what makes you happy, honestly. That's the only thing that's going to really make you feel fulfilled and successful. I can't say that word. I don't know why. Successful in life. Then you have to do it. Like, you just have to. There's nothing that I can stress more about it. But yeah, so that's my video for today, and that's my goal, or that's my advice to my high school self, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope that you can get some advice from this, and maybe some inspiration to feel a little bit more confident about yourself, and just really truly understand that people don't think about you the way that you're your worst judgment. Something like that. You guys know what I mean. But yeah, so yeah, so I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So I have no outro here, but I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.